What's going on, everybody? This is dkdynamite, and today we're going to be talking about even more severe leaked information for Modern Warfare 2, the multiplayer reveal date, and another look at some of the bonus modes. Definitely stay tuned. But before we jump into that, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below, drop a like, and make sure you have notifications on to stay up to date with everything going on in Cold War Year 2, Warzone, Modern Warfare 2, and any other future Call of Duty as well. Also in the background, we have some throwback gameplay from the Halloween event of Verdansk 84. Feels like a lifetime ago when Verdansk was playable, but it was less than a year ago, which is crazy to think about. Also, as a reminder, I have new merch available over on Teespring. New shirts, socks, shorts, an AirPods case, flip-flops, the works. Any support over there is, of course, appreciated. And also don't forget, I am now partnered with Killer Jerky, in which you can use code DYNAMITE to save 15% off any order over on their site. They got dozens of flavors of jerky, they got candy, and it'll definitely help you out in case you're hungry when you're trying to drop some nukes, get some dubs, do some Easter eggs. Anything you guys do want is over on Killer Jerky. But starting off with the new batch of information that has surfaced for Modern Warfare 2, we had a ton of info drop from Reality UK over today on Twitter, and I am expecting that his main account is going to be taken down yet again, in which he'll probably move over to his burner account, which is linked in his bio. But he first posted an image of the DMZ logo, so it does look like DMZ is actually going to be the name of the mode. It's not a placeholder. I mean, there's always a small chance that DMZ is a placeholder name, but why would they make a logo? Unless they eventually plan on changing the name of the mode and then revamp the logo, sure, that's possible. But recent rumors do suggest that DMZ is in fact coming out later this year, maybe as like a Season 1 DLC. I wouldn't expect this to come out at launch, since although we have Tom Henderson claiming that the mode isn't as exaggerated or as big as Ralph has claimed, it still is a mode that's like Escape from Tarkov, which is supposed to have a lot of content in it, kind of similar to what Outbreak is for Cold War Zombies. So I don't think it'll be available at launch, but definitely will come out at some point in 2022. We also have several other images of what apparently is gameplay of DMZ that have also popped up on Twitter, but they've of course been DMCA claimed by now. However, we know Reality UK is still posting all these images on his Telegram, which he's linked over on his Twitter. Now, as I always say when we talk about spicy information, right, take this all with a grain of salt, because although we've gotten reliable information from Tom Henderson, Ralph's Valve, Ghost of Hope, they've been wrong as well, several times to be exact, so never take anything for certain, but it is fun to discuss this information in the case any of this does come true. Now, we then got a list of all the upcoming operators that will be in MW2. It's not the final list, keep that in mind, but as of right now, here are the following names of our operators. We have Gunner, Fender, Chili, Hutch, Kilgore, Stiletto, and Callisto. Don't forget we have Task Force 141, and I think in terms of new characters, we do have some new characters, of course, in Task Force 141, but we're obviously going to see Captain Price, Soap, Ghost, you guys know what's going on there. But in terms of other returning operators from MW 2019, we have Nikto, Thorn, and Domino, and I'm sure many others will also return. I'm expecting that any of the new operators that got added via bundles or they got added in some of the later seasons, that they were successful or popular and played a lot, then I will definitely say that they're going to end up coming out at some point in some way, shape, or form here in Modern Warfare 2. We've also had rumors that Rose is coming back, and I'd be surprised if she didn't come back, to be honest with you. I'm sure that was one of the most bought bundles in that game and throughout Warzone 1, so also keep that in mind, that there are several operators that have been rumored to come back which weren't featured on this list yet. She might be DLC in a future season. But now when it comes to the multiplayer reveal date, in case you guys are like, wait, is there any info on that? Well, there actually is, right? We have a very suspicious tweet that was deleted by Ralph's Valve, in which he said July 14th with hashtag Modern Warfare 2. I think it was out for like a good 20 minutes, then got taken down. So it's unclear if that is the multiplayer reveal date, and maybe he wasn't supposed to share that information yet, or if he got info from a bad source, because recently he claimed that him and Tom Henderson have been receiving bad information about 2023, Project Nexus, the free-to-play COD coming out, so it's unclear where that info came from. However, we have other leakers out there claiming that July 14th is in fact going to be the release date. Again, don't forget that there are Twitter accounts out there that are just LARPs, they're clout chasers, stealing info from other people, and are trying their best to make a name for themselves on the internet, so take it with a grain of salt. But I would say July 14th kind of makes sense. It's not that far away from now. I mean, that is this upcoming week, so I know you guys are probably like, oh, well, if it was July 14th, wouldn't they have mentioned something by now? And I'm like, not necessarily. They could just come out this upcoming Monday and say, oh guys, stay tuned for the big reveal this Thursday. They could schedule the trailer on their YouTube channel for all we know. So anything is possible with that, but I will also say that that's typically around the time we get a multiplayer reveal. Maybe it's a bit early. I know we've saw the multiplayer reveal during COD Champs last year for Vanguard, and we know COD Champs are around the same time this August, so it is certainly possible we don't get a full reveal until late August. But the way I see it, if COD partners in the press already played multiplayer a couple of weeks ago when they got flown out, the multiplayer is probably somewhat finished or is in a good state to be presented. So I do think an earlier multiplayer reveal is very likely, especially considering that Activision is trying to move on as fast as they can from Vanguard. It's trying to get MW2 marketing out the door as quick as possible. Now, we also have Valve claiming that an alpha is still in the pipeline for at some point in August, and I'll tell you what, I'd be very surprised if we don't get an alpha for what appears to be a Call of Duty game that's had multiple years of development. I think one of the first CODs since 2019 that's gotten a full 3-year dev cycle, a game that apparently has not had many issues behind the scenes. I mean, if the game is as finished as everybody claims, I don't see why we won't get an alpha. I know it won't be for Gunfight because that's already confirmed to be coming post-launch, but we have 2 new modes that were shown to the press and COD partners. I believe these modes were also played by these people. We have Knockout and Prisoner Rescue, both of which could work as an alpha type of experience, just 1 or 2 modes, maybe both of them, that of course will be exclusive to PlayStation for just 1 weekend only, similar to how the alphas worked for MW 2019, Cold War, Vanguard, etc. And I also think, considering the beta isn't apparently until mid-September, that's not that far away from the launch of the game, so I feel like Infinity Ward's going to want to get as much feedback as they possibly can, so doing an alpha will definitely help out with that to some capacity, even though it won't be full-fledged multiplayer with ground war or anything. But you know what, I just hope they don't have the same attitude as they did during MW 2019, where they were like, hey guys, this is our vision, this is the way the game is made, this is it, right? We're not going to make severe changes to the core gameplay, and it was ignorant in my opinion. I mean, I understand, you know, developers having integrity about their multiplayer, but when the community is fed up with certain decisions and nothing gets done about it, that's not a good look. And I mean, it was flat out said by Infinity Ward developers, Joe Seacott, that the game was made for casuals with safe spaces and strict skill-based matchmaking so that newer players can enter the party. And I think the way they did it with zombies in Cold War was, you know, a little similar, where they're like, hey, this is kind of rooted in casual form. We want new players to get introduced to zombies. That's fine, right? Make it to where you have a blend and you can have both a casual approach to the game where new players can enter, and then a hardcore approach to the game where the OGs aren't forgotten about. Now, in terms of all returning perks in Modern Warfare 2, these are perks that we've seen before in 2019 in Warzone 1. We have Battle Hardened, Amped, EOD, Cold Blooded, Ghost, Hardline, High Alert, Kill Chain, Overkill, Quick Fix, Restock, Scavenger, Shrapnel, Tracker, Spotter, Double Time, and then Tune Up. In terms of new perks in Modern Warfare 2, again, it's not the final list. I'm sure more will be added in the future, but as of right now, new perks include Overwatch, Overcharge, Survivor, Extra Tactical, Focus, and then Pitcher. And I believe descriptions for some of these perks have already been posted by the usual suspects who are currently data mining Warzone Mobile, and that of course be linked in the description. You can find it very easily over on Twitter. Now, we also have 4 new field upgrades that are going to be in Modern Warfare 2. First off, Dead Silence, they get a new icon, and it's unclear if it's going to just be called Dead Silence again. I mean, this is kind of concerning news for those out there that wanted Dead Silence to be a perk like it usually is in almost every other Call of Duty. It'll be a field upgrade again, and got a bit of a revamp for the logo that you'll see in the main menu. We then have a field upgrade known as Battle Rage. The icon kind of looks like a CO2 tank, so it's unclear what exactly this is going to do. I mean, I don't know if this is a way to like counter people that use gas or whatnot, like it'll give you a gas mask or something. I know Prestigious Key suggested that it could be a replacement for the stim shot. We don't know what exactly this is, but Battle Rage kind of seems to me like something that you'll probably want to run over in multiplayer. We then have the Smoke airdrop with a picture of a drone. So I believe this is already in MW 2019 or something close to this, where you can actually deploy a drone and it'll just throw smoke wherever you throw it. So I guess instead of a smoke grenade, which hopefully also comes back, you have a drone that could also, I guess, throw smoke in the area nearby or where enemies are. Not sure how that's going to work exactly. But next up, we have the Sonar Pulse, which I believe is going to be a replacement for a portable radar, a heartbeat sensor, something along those lines. I believe that's what this is, but again, I could be mistaken on this. Again, this is all premature information, which could be very different by the time the game actually comes out. All of this is, of course, subject to change. Now, we then have an image of Warzone 2 yet again. We have new images of the map itself, the TAC map. We have the apparent logo for Warzone 2, which is going to use use the Roman numerals just like the new logo for Modern Warfare 2. If you guys are like, wait a second, how are these images being found? And in case you guys are unaware of how this is all working out, people out there somehow got access to a build of Warzone Mobile and have been data mining it for the last couple of weeks. Now, if you're like, wait, what does Warzone Mobile have to do with the upcoming premium Call of Duty titles? That's a great question. I mean, I understand that all CODs going forward are going to use the Modern Warfare engine, but does that really apply to Warzone Mobile? Well, only thing I can assume, I'm not an engineer or a game dev, is that Warzone Mobile for some reason shares a pool of information with all CODs that use the Modern Warfare engine for whatever reason. Maybe that was done so that Verdansk could easily be ported or emulated onto a mobile experience. That's my understanding of it right now, hence why we're seeing leaks for MW2, Treyarch's next Black Ops, and who knows how many other projects are also going to be data mined thanks to Warzone Mobile. But yeah, if you want to see the full image of Warzone 2, can't show it on screen for obvious reasons, but you guys know exactly where to find it. Reality UK on Twitter, his Telegram, his Twitter before it gets taken down. You guys know what's going on. Now we also have an image of what appears to be the menu for Modern Warfare 2, and it's the exact same image that got leaked out a good 6+ months ago. It was still found in the Warzone Mobile files. Maybe that is going to be somewhat close to the final build of the main menu for the game, and it still shows Vanguard, Warzone 1, and Black Ops Cold War, so you'll probably be able to select those other games through that menu, but I'm also not sure if that's actually a picture of the menu that we're going to see in the Disney Plus COD 2.0 type application that's also coming out. It's unclear how the menu is exactly going to look for MW2, but as of right now, these are the images that have popped up. Honestly, when MW2 comes out, I don't think they're going to have Vanguard and Cold War at the menu. Maybe Warzone 1, but I figured that this is like a fresh start, COD 2.0. MW2 will probably only have Warzone 2 and then the next Black Ops game at the main menu at some point in the future, but who knows how this is going to work.
Now, the Ghost of Hope has also come out and said that he's heard of rumblings that the current Warzone might get a beta ranked mode with Caldera sometime before MW2 releases, and can only assume maybe Season 5 for that, as it is the last season before Modern Warfare 2. Not sure about Rebirth or Fortune's Keep though, not entirely confident in this, just thought to post it anyway. So this will be really interesting because I've seen maybe everywhere on Twitter, YouTube comments, people asking for a ranked mode in Warzone 1, and my response to these comments, if I ever get them on my channel or on a stream, is, look, it's already essentially confirmed that Warzone 2 is going to get a ranked mode. I say essentially because it's unclear if it's going to be one of those things where they're like, yeah, ranked mode's gonna happen, and ends up coming out in like 2024. I'm sure it'll happen, you know, in the next couple of months, or maybe early 2023, if anything. But that would be cool if like a beta of sorts for Warzone Ranked gets introduced through Warzone 1. Now we then have an update from the Ghost of Hope about Treyarch helping out with Modern Warfare 2. He said, and I quote, "I know people have been worried that Treyarch are being stretched thin with their help in MW2, but that's definitely not the case. COD 2024 was in pre-production for the back half of 2021 and has been in full development for several months now. The team's MW2 aren't that big." Now he then quoted it by saying, "Worrying that Treyarch might not be getting the time they need is justified, but it's just not the case here from what I know. This is not a leak, but it's more so just me addressing the discourse/worries I've seen. Treyarch very much on schedule and will do good with that extra year." This is definitely really reassuring, considering this almost seems like a repeat of Vanguard, where Treyarch has to take over 2 modes in a game that isn't theirs. In Vanguard it was ranked in zombies, but MW2, hopefully it's not too much work on DMZ. I'm hoping that it's not. I don't think it actually is, but they have to lead the ranked play for that game's multiplayer. As to why Infinity Ward can't do it themselves is a big unknown, but I don't think it's going to be as much work as they had to take care of for Vanguard, so that's really promising. But if they're doing a 2023 free-to-play project, that also can't possibly be that big of a project if they have a Black Ops game coming out a year later. So I think Treyarch's going to be just fine, but I do understand, as many of you guys out there are concerned about, I understand why it doesn't really sound right that Treyarch is clutching up for every other dev, whereas these other devs wouldn't even help Treyarch out with their own game, right? We haven't seen Infinity Ward or Sledgehammer kind of take over an entire mode on the Treyarch title, so it's concerning that Treyarch has to do exactly that for the other devs though. But that is about it. This has been dkdynamite. Leave all your thoughts down below in the comment section. What are your thoughts on all this crazy information that leaked out again from Modern Warfare 2? What are your thoughts on the multiplayer reveal date being this week, July 14th? And also, what are your thoughts on the other specific information about operators, perks, and field upgrades? Really hope you enjoyed, and peace out, everybody.